Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Shantala, Senior Obstetrician practicing in Bengaluru. In this ongoing pandemic, there are many people who are testing positive for COVID, and many of them are unsure as to what to do when once they test positive. So, in this video, I'll be taking through what happens when once you test positive and what you should be doing. Of course, the first thing that you should not be doing is to panic, because the day you have already given your sample for testing, maybe it's because you have come in contact with somebody who's already positive, or you've had symptoms like cough, fever, sore throat, for which your doctor has advised you to undergo the testing. So at the time of testing, probably you're aware that this test could be positive. Therefore, when you learn that the test is positive, it should not come as a huge surprise for you. And also, it should not deter you. Now that you're positive, you should start thinking what has to be done next. It's quite possible that somebody from the BBMP would have called you to inform you, or the hospital where you have given the sample, they might call to inform you. So currently, according to the Karnataka government, the BBMP often informs you about the result, or a group of doctors volunteering for this purpose, they call you and inform you about the report. The idea of informing you is, number one, to ensure that you know the report. Number two, to assess whether you can be under home isolation or need to be shifted to the hospital. And finally, to give you more information about what to do. So, when once you learn that you are positive, don't panic. There are a few things that you need to do. First of all, inform your family members that you are positive and reassure them that there is no need to panic. Because as we all know, getting well after a COVID infection is the norm. Most of the patients, 85 to 90% of the patients who get the illness get well. So you should be getting well. So you reassure yourself as well as your family. Secondly, you need to inform if you're staying in the flat or in a colony, you need to inform your Resident Welfare Association committee members or the president or the secretary that you have tested positive. Thirdly, if the BBMP has not yet contacted you and you have received your report from another source, that is the private hospital or the lab, you must be informing the BBMP. Sooner or later, they might call you, but you may be proactive and inform the BBMP, find out who is your ward in charge and tell them that you have tested positive. And most importantly, when someone, either the telemedicine doctors or the BBMP asks you for your address, please don't lie. Give your correct address, and also if possible, you can share the PIN on Google. Now, once you have informed the people, your next step should be to immediately isolate yourself from all the family members inside the house. It's better if you have a separate room for yourself where you can stay all by yourself. If not, one part of the house can be made into an isolation area, and you have to be staying in that place itself. All the family members should be wearing a mask, and you should be wearing a surgical mask or an N95 mask, and keep that 6 feet or 2 meter distance from your family. This is very important. And also, you are not the most important thing is, suppose you learn that you are positive, please don't leave the house. Please don't self drive. Please don't take an auto or a cab or ask someone to drive you to a medical facility, because right now it doesn't work that way. The BBMP is streamlining the patients, and only after they say whether you have to be admitted in the hospital or a COVID care center, can the hospital or the COVID care center admit you? So if you drive yourself and go to the facility, there is a high possibility that you may be refused. So you have to stay at home, and also not to tell you that you're putting the other people at risk. The person who is driving you, the auto driver or the cab driver, is also at risk. So you have to stay at home till the time the BBMP makes the suitable arrangement, and this can be over a period of 24 to 48 hours, depending on the backlog they have, the kind of patients they have, the kind of recommendations that the doctor has given about you. So for the next 24 to 48 hours till the BBMP comes and contacts you, you have to be in isolation. So what do you do during this period? You've isolated yourself, the food, everything is being served to you separately. Now, in this period, you have to jot down the names of all those people you might have come in contact over the last 7 days. So it will help the BBMP when they come asking you for primary contact. In this time, you can also keep a watch on your symptoms. If your cough is increasing, if your breathlessness is increasing, or if the loose motions are heavy, if you've lost taste or smell sensations, if you're running high fever, these are times when you just don't wait for the ambulance to come and pick you up. You have to be proactive and call the Aptamitra helpline, or you could even call 104 and extension 2 for the same if your symptoms are deteriorating. If you're all right, if you're not having any symptoms or mild symptoms, you have to wait till the ambulance comes for you. And then there is this triaging system. Since the 4th of July, the Karnataka government has decided that those patients with mild symptoms and those patients who are asymptomatic, they can stay at home and follow what the doctor tells. In another video, I'll be telling you in more detail what you should be doing when you are under home isolation. But this is about what you should be doing when once you know that you have tested positive. So then maybe the doctor has advised you to go to a COVID care center or a hospital. So in this period, you have to pack your bags for about 14 days. You have to pack your things that you may need over the next 14 days. And this will definitely include your phone, the charger, and also the laptop if you want to carry. You can also carry your credit card and checkbook and any insurance papers that you have. So all this, you keep it ready by the time the BBMP comes, and then they will be informing you about your result. And meanwhile, it's quite possible that you may get 2 or 3 calls from various doctors asking you about your condition. So if your condition is suitable, then the doctor will definitely advise you home isolation, which I'm going to tell you in my other video. Or if you have to be picked up and sent to a COVID care center or a hospital, that will also be done, and you're already prepared with it. In this period also, if you are having any other conditions like diabetes, hypertension, you are advised to take those medicines regularly, and also pack those medicines for your stay in the COVID care center or hospital if it is necessary. So this also, one more thing that is important is, suppose you're going to be shifted to a COVID care center, you can pack some dry fruits with you, and you can take a flask or a kettle so that you will be drinking warm water. At home, of course, you will have all the facilities, but in a COVID care center or a hospital, it is advisable that you carry this. And most importantly, when you get the phone call or when you get the BBMP to come to your house, please cooperate with the staff. Everybody understands that you're going through a lot of stress because you have tested positive, but as I told you, getting well is the norm in a COVID case. Therefore, if you cooperate with them, we will be able to help you better. So these are the steps that you should be doing when once you test positive. In my next video, I'll be telling you more about home isolation and what you should be doing, your family people should be doing, and the society should be doing when somebody is under home isolation. Thank you.